Oh, wait. What? That was weird. It just said can't access video. Um, I mean, I can see you. It just like flashed up and then went away. But hello. Welcome back. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, I guess first and foremost, sorry to all of our listeners. Both Amy and I had very busy schedules and a lot going on in our lives. Uh, oh yeah. Oh, I know. It was terrible. Yeah. But here we are. We're back. Yeah. Fun little fact for everyone because y'all can't see this, but I don't know if Amy can even. But for me, we have to like name each of the recordings unless it'll be like untitled 785437329 or whatever. Um, and I titled it "Welcome Back" because I'm like, I think that's and she's turning. So for those just listening, we do have a YouTube component, so hopefully all if not most if not all, excuse me, of our episodes now will be also a YouTube video to watch. And Amy just got spun around by her dog. See, I would love to be able to do that in my apartment, except they covered everything with plastic. So like aesthetically, it looks great because it's all like seamless and everything. But I don't have access to any of the wood beams to put like hooks up or anything. So I'm just kind of SOL. Yeah, I was thinking of like cross hanging my hammock like corner to corner, but I don't think I can because even the 4x4s have like the plastic sheathing over it. So like if I'm to put a hole in it, it's permanent there. Yeah, tell it. I don't know if I've heard it. Yeah, yeah, that's awful. Oh, there's Evie. Right. Yeah, and that's kind of the nice thing for you guys on the first floor. I mean, not that you really have access because what it's like screened in, isn't it? Yeah, so you can't really like leave out of it, but it's nice that you kind of have everything right there. It almost feels like a yard. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, separately, that's bullcrap. Yeah, that's fair. That's probably why they were only 20, because it's like you don't have to, no hardware. Yeah, you have to add that on. Yeah. No. Like a hand screwdriver? Not even a drill. I know what I'm getting y'all for Christmas, I guess. Right. Whoa. That, uh, I, oh, oh, I'm literally speechless. I don't know why that. Building is just a 3D puzzle. Holy shit. That's uh, I don't know why I'm so like mind fucked by that. Yeah. I never thought about it like that. I mean, fair. Yeah, because you love puzzles. As you just said, you literally have an entire shelf just dedicated to your puzzles. Oof, that's really cute. Right. Yeah, I mean, I have one. Right. Which you should. Exactly. 8. Oh. So you didn't even get like the one big hook that you just screw into the wood. It's a physical like bracket that you. What's fair? Well, I mean, yeah, I guess because theoretically they are smaller diameter than the big one hook. However, on the flip side of that, there's four holes versus one. So it is kind of a give and take, I guess. So you didn't use the thing as a template to do your pilot holes? Do you not have a center punch either? Oh, is the contractor's son kind of giving off vibes right now? So you did it right, but you didn't do it right. I don't know why when you said that it reminded me of the like little pokes and jabs we did in high school during basketball when like I think we did it at MSU too. Again, I never went, but where one person, whoever was doing like free throws, they would make the first one and miss the second one, or vice versa, and everyone would yell, "50% is still failing." I don't know why that reminded me of it, but yeah, 85% is good enough. Speaking of percentages, so one of the reasons why we kind of took a hiatus from here was I was trying to finish up one of my master classes, and I just got my grades back, and I got I think it was like a 95 or 97, but an A 4.0. So I am quite happy with that. Um, yeah, I was very stressed the entire semester, hence why we kind of had to take a break because I really needed to focus on schoolwork and doing my actual work, my work, my job, which I don't know if I told you. So you will be hearing for the first time and hopefully your quote unquote live reaction. I just got a raise at work on top of the new job, which was a raise in its of itself. I got a 14% raise. Yeah, I was my my boss sends me this very ominous email. I mean, like it still said good news in it, but he like all he did was send out a Teams meeting, and it said compensation discussion. That was the title. I was like, oh, like I just started. Did I do something bad? Because like we do, I think it's semesterly goals. So like each semester, which will be like January through June, and then July through December or whatever. Well, I was starting this new role right at that kind of transition period between semester one and semester two. So I was thinking like, oh shoot, did something happen from my old job coming into my new job that my new boss has to like talk to me about, or something about my new role specifically that my new boss has to talk. And he did say in the body of the email, it literally all it said was compensation discussion. It's good news. And then he signed his name. Um, so I'm like, okay, right. Yeah, even though he said it's good news, I was still like, oh my gosh, this is kind of scary. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe they have a new like Chuck bonus, kind of like a signing bonus or something, because I started and we've been doing well or whatever because of the vaccine or yada yada yada. Um, but I did not expect for him to say, "Oh yeah, you're getting a 14% raise," which I'm not going to obviously on the podcast tell my listeners what I make. But like we can talk about that after. But yeah, regardless what you make, a 14% raise just out of the blue, and they literally said like it's effective August 1st. This was like the end of last week, so like a week ago. Yeah, so it already started. So well, yeah, theoretically, I was supposed to get it on the 15th because we get paid like the 15th and 30th, like most big jobs do. They do biweekly. Um, so I was supposed to get that like extra on this last paycheck, what, 3 days ago as we were recording this. Um, but it didn't hit. So I'm going to get my bonus plus the like what was due on my next paycheck. So theoretically, double the amount of what I'll be getting each time. So yes. Well, I guess if you think about it, 14% on top of that, that'll be. Don't quote me on this math, but what 28% of my normal with my new role will be on my next paycheck because the 14% from the last one didn't hit. So I'll yeah, so I'm beyond excited because, of course, I'm young. I'm trying to get a handle on debt and all that fun stuff, and trying to save for a house and all the other things. So I am well. Yes, I also got pointed out to by my sister because I don't remember how we brought up Europe or whatever, but of course, anytime I can talk about it, I'm going to try and talk about it. Um, but she's like, "Oh, well, maybe you can bring mom, dad, Chloe, Caleb, and I." No, she's Chloe. She didn't refer to herself in the third person. Mom, dad, Caleb, and I to Europe next time you go. I said, "Well, I did just get a raise, so that's the goal." Yeah, Christmas. Yes, I actually already know because of this raise, I'm gonna try and save enough money, but I already have an idea for what to get my dad for Christmas, or excuse me, for his birthday. His birthday's in March, so I have a little bit extra time than Christmas. I don't think he listens, so theoretically I could say it on here, but I'm not going to, just to be safe. Um, that and just like everything else as you're talking about it, I don't remember what it was. I should have wrote it down. Ah, I'm not kidding. I'm gonna write it down. I just remembered. Already? It's July. No, it's not July. We're over halfway through August. How? I will. Yeah. Well, which is ridiculous because like my hometown school, we would always start the Monday, or excuse me, the Tuesday after Labor Day. Oh, mine was in high school. It was during school because I'm a early May baby, and we didn't get out until what, mid-June sometimes. Um, but for Yeah, for college, which I was super sad about because we were always done what, like May 2nd or something, somewhere around there in college. So like my 21st birthday, I wanted to celebrate with my friends where I could go out to the bars and maybe or maybe not get blackout drunk because I never did that stuff in college because I was a goody two shoes and I was too scared to like get in trouble or whatever, especially being an RA. I'm like, I don't want to jeopardize my future, yada, yada, yada. So I never did, like, the most drinking I did in college prior to being 21 was half a mug. And it was because what we had half a mug of wine with friends in their room. And that was it. I know, crazy. But yeah, going back to where we're starting, my 21st was my birthday with my parents for dinner at Cadillac. And it was, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was exciting, like, ooh, you can see my ID. But it was quite kind of, what's the term I'm looking for? Anticlimactic. Because it's always, yeah, it's always your 21st, like, let's go hard. Um, but nope, we had dinner. I had a glass of sangria, and that was that. Very boring. Hey, it was awful layout. I loved it because there's like two bathrooms per se in the sense of, well, there's two like separate bathrooms, but then there was that like sink sink outside with the cabinets and stuff, but then the actual bathroom. So there's two sinks, so one can use each, and it was great. Yeah, except that's another story I could get into. Mhm. Aw. See, those are good friends. In the morning, did you take a shot at 6:30 in the morning? Maybe. God. I mean, I've done that. That's amazing. See, the shots. The, okay. Well, see, the shots I've had that early were espresso shots because I worked at Starbucks. Not alcohol that early in the like on a Saturday or something. Yeah, maybe. But on a Friday when you still got class to go to. Hey, okay. In fairness, there was plans for me and my friends, because you know how we all have to sit um, with our college during graduation. We all had plans to get those little shooters and take those during graduation, but we graduated in May of 2020. So guess what? Well, actually, no. Even better yet, you know what I was doing during graduation in May of 2020? I was drinking a beer on the back porch with all of my family around. So like it was pretty good, not gonna lie. You obviously didn't do it well enough because I didn't get a call of a noise complaint that night. Because I would have remembered getting a call to Eric's girlfriend's apartment, who is my resident. Oh, that's fair. I thought it was sooner than that. Huh. Which is early in college sense. For me, that's like, all right, leaving the bar by now because it's 10 o'clock. It's my bedtime. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the night before. This is the day of. Yeah. Like if my birthday's today, August 17th, when we're recording this, and it like going to the bar tonight, I'm already 21. This isn't the 16th where I'm like trying to sneak in early. It's like which I know it's the law, but it's literally like what the hell is 2 hours going to change? If I stand in front of you at 10 p.m. on the 16th and they legally have to turn you away cuz you're not 21, but you come back 2 hours later, nothing has changed. It's literally been 2 hours. There is zero. Well, I mean, maybe depending on where you go, you might be schnockered already. But nothing's changed. You're the same thing, just now legally you're 21. So I saw that on Facebook. That I cannot believe it's been a year already. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I was gonna say we can kind of still talk just video wise for people watching. It'll be a little weird. Um, we're so I guess to be transparent, not that we have to or anything, but just I guess filler. Um, Amy and I. Oh, there's a dog. She muted herself, so I'll just continue. Um, I don't know if I'll edit this out or not, but if not, hello. Anywho, so the other reason why we decided to kind of take a break because we were not only getting busy, but we needed a better schedule to figure out recording because even though we are doing this for fun and it's beyond fun, it's work. I mean, it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort to do this. And one of the things is we need to figure out a good, solid kind of time to record because there was a lot of weeks we were doing it what Sunday, even Monday nights. Actually, there was one week we literally did it Tuesday night. So yeah, which was awful, especially now that we're adding this video component. I'm normally the one doing kind of like the audio editing, and Amy's going to be doing the video editing from now on. Which also, for those who've never done this, which is probably most of you, but it's awful to try and like only be able to record and everything on one computer and then try and figure out how to share this 30, 40, 50 minute segment of either audio or audio and video to another person. What would you say? 300, 400 miles away from me? Um, yeah, it's not an easy, like, upload an attachment on email. Like, you're adding a Word doc. Oh, no. I've been yelled at many times on Gmail, like, file too big. I was like, but yeah, so we needed to do something better and more consistent when it came to recording this podcast because doing it on Tuesdays and then having to edit it all and publish it about 3 hours, or not even 3 hours, like 3 minutes before it actually publishes. No, it was not fun. Yeah, you didn't have free time. You didn't know her. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, see, my parents are in the education system, or I should say were, because one's retired and one's semi-retired. So yeah, when I hear year, I think of August through like May. Yeah, they're I yeah. Can I can I interject that story? Okay. So Amy's Snapchatting me, of course, because we're really good friends and we have a I don't even know how long Snap streak. But I don't remember where I could tell you were on like a big lake and you're like, "Oh, we're on Lake Michigan." Or I asked like, "Oh, what lake are you on?" And you said Lake Michigan. And then somehow like I think I asked like, "Oh, what city are you in or what area are you in or something?" And you said, "Oh, I'm in the Thumb." And for any of those people, which I'm pretty sure all of these people know the Great Lakes in the state of Michigan, the thumb of the state is on the east side of the state, which is Lake Huron, and Lake Michigan is on the west side of the state. So very, very vastly different lakes. I mean, are they actually one big body of water? Yes, because it connects up by the bridge. But geographically, where you're physically at, it'll probably take you what 3, 4, maybe 5 hour drive to get from where you were at to Lake Michigan. Um, so the yeah, the best part about that, I'm like, do you mean Lake Huron? She's like, no, we're on Lake Michigan. I'm like, hun, you're in the thumb. You're not at Lake Michigan. You're at Lake Huron. And you're like, oh yeah, Eric told me it was Michigan. Sorry, it is Huron. I'm like, uh-huh. Yeah, I know. Correct. Right. Did he know? Did he know where he was at? Because was it just like a campground you guys were at? Or what was it? Oh, okay. Is AJ going to be one of our guests one of these times? I don't remember if he wanted to be a guest. AJ, if you're listening, let us know. DM us on our Instagram. We haven't been very active on that either. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Right. Absolutely. Imagine how I feel. A high security company that's a multi-billion dollar company. I can't get on Facebook. I'm surprised I can get on YouTube. Can't get on Instagram. Can't get on a lot of apps. Oh yeah. I used to yeah. I used to work in the basement, and because this building is so big, so old, and so just brick, I have Verizon, and you can't you don't have service down there whatsoever. The like company we use for all of our work phones is Sprint. Well, I guess T-Mobile now. Um, but like we literally had to build a like cellular hub antenna thing in the basement to get signal so our work phones can have signal. That's how bad it is. Right. Oh, it's got to be awful. Yeah. Sunset over retractable awning. Oh, it's awful. Yeah. Part of we love that. Yeah, I from my no, absolutely not. No, no, thank you. But my old role, um, my new role, I have a office versus my old role. I had a desk. But the worst part is my office for my new role is literally just like down the hall from my desk, and my desk was in like it was called technically like a workroom, so there's just desks everywhere. So there's just like a big open area with a bunch of desks in there, and because it's a big open area, like easily like airflow and movement and stuff, but it was either super hot or super cold. There was no happy medium, but for the most part I was decently okay. So I always had a jacket on the back of my chair just in case I got cold, but because I was normally in some sort of pants, and then in the summer I'll do short sleeve because it's relatively okay up there, but then winter I would wear long sleeves. Well, my new office, because it's a box, the AC is just cranked down on that end of the hall, apparently. I am freezing. The old person that oh, Evie's saying hi. The person who used to sit in that desk had like a little space heater, and when I was moving my stuff over into the office, I thought she was crazy because I'm like, why on earth would you need a space heater? Well, now that I'm sitting in a chair for 8 hours a day, I'm like, I'm freezing. I'm literally shivering. So almost every single day, probably 6 out of the 8 hours, I had that sucker on now. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, when your fingers like you can't pick up things easily. Yeah, that's awful. Well, my mom, do you guys have like an ISD down there, RESD, or what do you guys have? So intermediate school district. So all of the school districts around are a part of metropolitan. Okay. I guess yeah, Indianapolis, you're huge. Um, but for like my hometown, we were part of the ISD, Intermediate School District, and that's where my mom worked actually up at the ISD. But yeah, she had like a little space heater that she took from our house and put it under her desk. And I always made fun of her, like, "Oh my gosh, why would you have a space heater? Like, it's not that cold in here." But now, like looking at my office, I mean, it's the same thing. You walk in, you don't feel cold, but when you're sitting down and sitting in that same 70-degree whatever, it's cold. Yeah. Hmm. Is that what you like sent? Yeah. Wow. Cuz you teach what, 4th grade? Yeah, that's awful. By Oh, that's what you mean. Right. Well, I mean, in theory, yeah, that's what you want to do because if you are a nice teacher and like allow kids to bring them home, um, yeah, you can check them out just like a library. But you're like, those are my books. I want them back. In fairness, you didn't have to pay for them, but still. Right. I never read those. Yeah. Yeah. Which those were still, I mean, those were kind of coming more into popularity when I was like starting to grow out of that phase. So I never read them. I mean, they were around, like they were the first couple books or whatever around because I remember my friends. But yeah, my big ones as a kid were Boxcar Children, Magic, Treehouse, and then I can't think of the other one, but it was Goosebumps. That's what was the other one. Yeah. Did you ever read the like poem books of I think so. It's like yes. Those. I'm like I can see them in my head, but I can't tell you the title. Fair. Yeah. Give him Stephen King next. Yeah. One of my favorite poems from one of those books was balancing my ABCs. Uh, oh shoot, I had it in my head and I already lost it. Balancing my ABCs, something something. I think it's like one, two, threes. Uh, when you, oh God, yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up, because I always it ends with or to stop to take a pee, like you're tripping over your letters. It's really cute. But yeah, so while you look that up, I guess it is a kind of perfect time to wrap up because we are at time, unfortunately. Did you find it? Oh, okay, last thing. Stop to take a pee. Yeah, it's cute. I love it. I'm such a middle schooler. Still to this day makes me giggle. Um, yeah, it takes from noon to 3:30. That was the little part that was tripping me up. I don't have time to grab a tea or even stop to take a pee. See, TP like the drink in the bathroom, but ha ha ha. He or she, the author, um, did a phenomenal job. Like, I don't think they're all by them, but they're, yeah, right. It was very, very well done. And the illustrations, I love the illustrations, excuse me, about choked on air. But yeah, so that is our little welcome back. It's been a minute. This hopefully I think will be our next episode now, and then oh no, I guess we have two more episodes until another. Um, guest because our guest is on the first of the month as we or first Wednesday of the month, excuse me. Next week, yeah, because obviously it would have come out today. Right. So I just had to look mine up as well. So but yeah, that is kind of just fun little welcome back. Even honestly, because Amy and I have been so busy, we haven't really had time to catch up. So this was a nice catch up for both of us and Mustard. Yeah. So I mean, so can I, but I think it's damn near my bedtime. Um, so hopefully, and I say with the big hopefully, we will see you next week. Um, yes, we are gonna try and get back to our regularly scheduled programming, um, as those old like commercials or whatever. Um, but yeah, so hope to see you guys next week. Peace out.